Hey, this is Nerdygasm here, bringing to you my very first One Piece manga review on chapter 918, Luffytaro Repays the Favor. So we kick off chapter 918 with what seems to finally be the beginning of the end of the cover story for the self-proclaimed Straw Hat Grand Fleet. It's been a while, but I guess Oda is finally ending it here. It's labeled as the first half, and we have 3 of the Grand Fleet members represented here. First, we have Don Sai and his Hapo Navy flag, which just has like the kanji for Hapo Navy on it, nothing too special there. But like, wonder how him and Baby Five's marriage working out. Imagine Baby Five pregnant. She already had a strong personality. Imagine pregnancy thrown into that. She'd be one hell of a person to deal with. Then we have Bartolomeo and his very, very poorly drawn Barto Club flag. Like, wonder what he's up to. Barto's probably just selling Straw Hat memorabilia and fanboying over Luffy or something. And then finally we have Cabbage, aka Cavendish, Sparkles and all, and his beautiful pirate's flag, which is just like a horse with a similar hat to what Cavendish wears and crossed swords behind it. When I was putting this together, I was thinking that Speed would be like the perfect addition to the beautiful pirates. Like, she has the horse smile devil fruit already and everything, like perfect fit. Going forward, I guess next week we have the second half, finishing off with like Leo and the Tontana Corps, Idio and the Idio Pirates, Orlumbus and the Yonta Maria Grand Fleet, Harridan and the New Giant Warrior Pirates, and I'm not too sure how Bellamy is gonna fit in. Oda might reveal that he's actually part of the Grand Fleet at that time because he has a vivre for Luffy and everything. But going forward, cover story wise, I'd actually like to see the Reverie continued. Like, to have a cover story on the Reverie to see what's actually going down there right now. Okay, so getting into the actual chapter now. We pick up where we left off kinda from last time. We get to see this beautiful bottoms-up view of Luffy's Red Hawk to Hold'em's face. And some more smile users are littered around the panels right here. So we have like a wolf one, a walrus one. I think later on we see a snake one too. Anyway, eventually Luffy falls back down and he grabs Otama and starts to make a run for it. He ends up mountain speed thinking she's a horse, which is kind of half true because, you know, centaur and she's half horse, half woman. He also kind of gets a bit handsy around her boobs there. And not that Luffy cares anyway about that stuff. He realizes she's half human and suggests to Otama to use her Dango Ball Beast Taming Devil Fruit on Speed, which actually works. So here's my take on this. It's kind of mixed in with what the community is already saying, but here I go. Okay, so we know Otama's Dango Balls work on lesser beasts / animals and basically not humans. This would confirm the theory that many have, that Smile Devil Fruits work by a DNA recombination, which is basically you take human DNA and you mutate it with animal DNA. So in the case of Speed, some genes responsible for her traits are spliced into existing strands of chromosomes, accounting for partial transformations that you see in Smile users. So you take parts of animal DNA and splice it into already existing human chromosomes. And why I say existing chromosomes is because I have like another partial theory that devil fruits add a separate chromosome to the existing. This is for actual devil fruits. So for actual devil fruits, I believe that they add a separate chromosome altogether to the 46 chromosomes that humans have. So this could be the devil inside that is mentioned in the manga. It's actually just a 47 chromosome with genes that code for proteins responsible for the abilities. So moreover, extra chromosomes in our DNA are responsible for defects, aka you can't swim in the case of devil fruits. So I know this is kind of like pushing it a little bit, but what I'm basically saying is artificial Smile Devil Fruits, the DNA is spliced into already existing chromosome strands, affecting the human traits in those areas and expressing whatever animal genes are spliced in, accounting for these partial transformations. While actual devil fruits add an entirely new chromosome. I want to like make a theory video on this. In there I will explain, you know, how chromosomes and genes and so on work. My major is actually DNA research related, so hopefully I can give some insight with whatever knowledge I got from that. Anyway, Dango Balls probably could tame other Smile users. Probably not other legitimate zones like Jack or Chopper. I can see Oda's trying to like foreshadow for Otama's importance in this arc if she continues like using the Dango Balls to tame these artificial devil fruit users. There could even be like a scenario where she becomes Momonosuke's love interest and the two of them rule over Wano with the subservient like Smile army after Kaido's defeat. But like at the very least, I want to see them like taming them to help rebuild after what should be like a significant war. Moving on, Luffy and Otama are now galloping away on top of Speed. There's a nice moment here where Otama realizes how Red Hawk reminded her of Ace. All this time, unknown to her, the fact that Luffy and Ace are actual sworn brothers and Luffy's Red Hawk is a move he developed in memory of Ace. Anyway, Otama has a sense of comfort hugging Luffy and reminiscing on Ace. Next we have a basket covered head guy. Nope, wait, that's Law versus Hawkins, who also quickly deduces it's Law. They go on a room forming, straw double using, sword slashing fight. fight. Hawkins' men suffers most of the damage here, and we kinda see that Hawkins is probably not on the same level as the top tier worst generation pirates. The fight is ended with a rampaging food/treasure ship passing through, with Zoro perched on top. Law ends up right there next to him and commences a hilarious argument on basically how did their low-profile infiltration go so wrong. The treasure ship lands just in time at Okabura town. Just in time because some very dark mercy killings and suicides were about to go down. We see a mom about to kill her baby and an old lady about to hang herself. Yeah, One Piece gets dark sometimes. We saw these people last chapter, now it kinda makes sense why Oda set them up from before. Anyway, they're all happy. Luffytaro literally repays the favor by bringing fresh water as well. He semi-stakes his claim over Kuri and Wano. Law realizes how serious this incident is and knows that Jack is probably going to be called to Kuri. Hawkins is seen talking on what looks like a phone, like an actual phone. Where's the Den and Mushi guys? Probably talking to Jack. Jack comment would actually speed up this arc considerably, even more so than it is now. I think Luffy would be able to take care of him and take hold of Kuri, and then they move on to the other regions, possible reunions with the rest of the crew, and taking on the rest of the calamities and the rest of the Beast Pirates. I think the other two calamities might be even better equipped with headliners and definitely be stronger than Jack, since they are king and queen, which in terms of cards are higher than Jack. On a personal note though, I would seriously like to see Zoro take on the strongest calamity, which would be King, one-on-one. He needs a good fight, and it could be good for our character and power growth. Also, it should be like a sword style user, where the ancient zone adds to his abilities with the sword. Okay, now the chapter ends with a bombshell cliffhanger. Law says they're going to the Oden castle to meet the ghosts of Wano. Here we see 8 grave pillars, 3 ornately topped for the Kozuki family, Oden, Momo, and probably Oden's wife, Momo's mom. The others belong to retainers, Raizou, Kinemon, Kanjuurou, and 2 other mysteriously hidden ones. The community is leaning towards Nekomamushi and Inuyarashi being the last 2 retainers. I would actually like these 2 last retainers to be new characters. However, 2 characters who are already in Wano working towards a plan to overthrow Kaido. That will make the most sense, because letting all the retainers leave Wano would kinda be dumb. They would need some type of Kozuki family representative working in the shadows, keeping track of everything, to fill everyone in when they return. That brings me to the possibility of it being someone we met in Wano already, like Tenguyama Hitetsu. He fits his bill nicely, since he says he's waiting on people. And also, he kind of fits the out there personality of the rest of the retainers. He has a prominent last name, maybe too prominent though, that Kaido would be aware of him if he was a retainer. Also, it could even be someone we heard of, like the thief Shutenmaru, who might be using another name, since the retainer names are on the graves for all to see. Okay, so final little theory here. So it is all but confirmed that the names on the very old graves, including Momo, Kinemon, Kanjuurou, and Raizou, were all around 20 years ago. The community is basically at peace with this, since it ties up the whole Momo seeing Roger and them saying that the cat and dog were friends just a few months ago, even though the minks say that they were fighting for years. We also know Momo and his retainers say the events, including Oden's death, only happened a few months ago, meaning that there is some sort of time jump for these 4 characters from 20 years ago. Okay, so here is where my little theory comes in. There's probably a devil fruit user among the 2 remaining retainers who is capable of doing this. He or she has probably aged normally and was instructed to make his or her move at this time, removing Momo, Kinemon, Kanjuurou, and Raizou from a 20-year status and sending them on their mission. Some things don't add up here, like why don't the 4 of them know it has been 20 years? Why wouldn't the mystery retainer tell them this, or who instructed for this status to happen and why? That brings me to the end of this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe because I intend to make more One Piece videos, and feel free to leave a comment and any advice that you can give. I need that going forward. Thank you.